Yes, Chandresh, you can start reading.
Electromagnets. An electromagnet is an artificial magnet which produces a magnetic field around a conductor due to the passage of electric current through it. This magnetic field disappears when there is no current flowing through the conductor. There are differences between electromagnets and permanent magnets. Difference between electromagnets and permanent magnets. Permanent magnets maintain their magnetism for long periods of time. Electromagnets have their own magnetic field as long as current is flowing through them. Once the circuit is broken, they lose their magnetism. Electric bell. Hazards of electricity. Electricity can be hazardous as it can cause a fire due to heating or loss of life. Electric circuits must be properly insulated. If the insulation breaks and wires come in contact with each other, they can cause a short circuit, which may give electric shocks when touched.
Yes. So, electromagnet, what is it? Electromagnet, it is a type of, that is an artificial magnet. With the help of this property of electromagnetism, we can prepare electromagnets, which are artificial magnets, and they produces a magnetic field around them. As a result, two poles are appeared, that is the north pole and the south pole, we will get at the two ends. This magnetic field disappears, means the no effect of magnetism will be seen whenever the flow of electricity will be stopped. Okay, so there are the
Okay, ma'am.
difference, some difference between the
Excuse me,
permanent
ma'am.
magnet and the yes, bolo, and the electromagnets. Yes.
Ma'am, what is meaning of ma'am permanent
Oh, yes, it's
magnet?
going to do. Permanent magnet means that those substances which will attain or retain their magnetism forever, permanently. Although we are passing electricity or not passing electricity, doesn't matter. It will retain its magnetism even after stopping of electric current. Okay, so that we
Okay,
can
ma'am.
do by different process. Now we are going to different. Permanent magnets maintain their magnetism for a long period of time, whereas electromagnets have their own magnetic field as long as the current is flowing through them. Once the current is stopped, then what will happen? It will automatically stop. The magnetic property will not be there in case of electromagnet. But in case of permanent magnet, you will find that the property will remain. Clear? So next
Yes,
it
ma'am.
is the
Yes, ma'am.
hazards. Hazards means what will happen. There are many usefulness of electricity, but what happens? What are the hazards that we can face? It can cause fire due to overheating sometimes. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
sometimes there will be that is electric shock. If there any short circuit in the wiring anywhere that you're handling, there may be short circuit and the person may lose its life or get huge amount of burn. Again, you know that electricians, if they are working with weight hands, what will happen? Water is a good conductor of electricity. They may again get shocked. So that is also, so we have to handle electricity properly. Electrical wires, you have seen they are having insulation. They are having a plastic coating. So why this plastic
Yes,
coating is
ma'am.
there? To give insulation to protect the person who or she or he who is using the electrical wire. Okay, so these are the things.
Okay, ma'am.
Electric circuit must be properly insulated. Just now I told you, if the insulation breaks, what will happen? Wire will come out in contact with other and we may get shock. And that will be dangerous. That may be dangerous. The wire that are coming into our houses in the wiring, console wiring, they carry 240 volts of current. So yes, it will be very dangerous if we just touch those. So switchboard, you have find that you are having switchboards at home like that. I'm just showing you switchboards are there, but at the back of it,
Yes,
what will happen? You can see that electrical connections are there. Okay, so we are not, when
yes,
I'm
ma'am.
Yes,
touching
ma'am. Yes,
touching the
ma'am.
switchboard, you are not getting the electric shock. Why? Because of the presence of some insulation on the surface of those electrical wire. Okay, and they are
Okay,
preventing
ma'am.
us from the hazards. Clear? This much is clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Acha. Now Shraddha, you will read. I think Tanya and
Yes,
Aditya
ma'am,
has
I
read.
read yesterday.
Yes. ठीक है.
Ma'am, I have also not
That
read.
Shraddha will read and one by one I'm telling you the name. Okay. Next, Shraddha, read about electric bell. It is very, very important, children. Please be
Okay,
silent
ma'am.
and you are going through that. She is going to read and then I'm going to explain. This is based on the same that I told you just now about electromagnetism, that we are just coiling the wire around with some rod, that is magnetic material, and as a result what will happen, it will acquire temporary magnetism, and then it will start to work, and again that we are stopping the current, then it will just stop working. So this is the that is the working principle of electric bell. What is the principle based on electromagnetism? Okay, now Shraddha is going to read, and then I'm going to again explain it to you. Okay, yes Shraddha.
Electric bell. An electric bell consists of an electromagnet. The switch we press is used to make the circuit complete. The working of the bell is illustrated below. When the switch K is pressed, current flows through the circuit. The electromagnet E is powered and generates a magnetic field that attracts the iron strip towards it. The striker strikes the gong or bell. When the striking arm A strikes the gong, the contact of T is broken and current stops flowing through the circuit. This causes the electromagnet to lose its magnetic field. The connected spring arm returns the striker to its original rest position. The contact is restored and current flows through the circuit, provided the main switch is still pressed. The process is repeated again until the switch K is made open.
Okay, you can see the apparatus, there is a switch and the battery is attached with over there, and the electromagnet has been set up with north and south pole. Can you see inside the diagram?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
One
ma'am.
end from the south has
Yes,
been
ma'am.
attached to one end, and the end that is coming, the wire coming from the north, that is attached with the switch. Okay, that south end, that is south pole through which the wire that is coming out, they have been attached with a hammer, and there is a gong, that the hammer will strike the gong and it will produce the sound. So whenever we are switch on करने से क्या होगा, the electricity will pass, electricity will pass through the
Yes, ma'am.
circuit, the circuit will become closed circuit. So this electromagnet will become, that it will have the magnetic property, it will have the magnetic field. So what will happen, these will start to attract the soft iron armature. You can see I have just pointed over there, soft iron armature. So as the electromagnet will acquire magnetic property, it will start to attract magnetic material. What is the magnetic material over here? It is soft iron armature. Are you able to see? If the
Yes, ma'am.
armature comes in contact, come closer, so what will happen, ultimately the hammer will just put on the gong and it will produce the sound. But at the moment thus the hammer is, or the soft iron is coming towards the gong, then the connection is broken at the top, where from the south pole of the magnet the wire is going over there. So what will happen ultimately, देखो, from the battery the wire is coming and going through the spring. So as the soft iron armature is coming closer to the gong with the hammer, and the hammer is striking, that the spring is getting detached from the soft iron armature. Okay, just to observe, it will be here, it has been told the same about the, that is when the circuit is in closed open condition. Okay, now open condition mein kya hai, that is the switch is off and all things are connected but the switch is off. Okay, so what is it, the from the battery the spring that has been attached, it is in connection with the soft iron armature. But what will happen if we switch on, this electromagnet will start to behave as a magnet, and it will start to attract the soft iron armature towards it. As the soft iron armature will go towards the gong, the spring will get detached from the connection. Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
So at the moment the bell start to ring, uske baad turant baad what will happen, the circuit becomes a open one.
Open.
So when you are
Okay,
just
ma'am.
pressing the bell, every time you are pressing the bell, the sound will come. But every time after pressing the bells, within a moment, what will happen? The circuit will become open again, because the soft iron is getting attracted by the electromagnet. As a result, the connection between the spring and the soft iron is made detached. Okay, am I clear? It's
Yes,
very
yes,
very
ma'am.
Yes,
important.
Yes,
Note
ma'am.
this.
ma'am.
If it is not, please ask if there is any problem, children. Any doubt? Just see the diagram and go through.
No, ma'am, no doubt.
Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.